Good evening, friend and family. Thank you for coming to another night in support of Repair, Restore, and Grow Black Communities in viewing our podcast Behind Black Business. And tonight we have two special guests. All of our guests are special. And this is Ben and Ronald Meeks at the Underground Wheels Skate Shop here in Chicago. So thank you for coming, Ben and Ronald.
Good evening.
Good evening.
All right. So as you know, we are a nonprofit organization, and we came together because we were concerned about our businesses and our communities. We were concerned about the condition of our communities. And we know that in order for our communities to thrive, our resources has to be circulating within our communities, and we know that that has not been happening. We have other people from all over the world that have come into our communities and set up businesses and give nothing back. And how can you thrive like that? So we have a lot of wonderful Black businesses. Some have been around for many years, and some are new, and we have to support them. And we support them because they're more likely to hire Black people. They're more likely to give other Black entrepreneurs an opportunity to put their products within their facility. They are more likely to do service with other Black people, donate to causes in the community, and serve as role models to their children. And just naturally taking care of friends and family in the community, that gives that dollar. All of those things gives that dollar an opportunity to circulate in the community, and that brings resources and keeps resources in the community. And so that's why we focused on increasing the support and awareness of Black-owned businesses here within our predominantly Black communities in Chicago. And so that's our mission. And we also support our bookstores. As I've said at every podcast that we've had, we once had 22 Black bookstores in Chicago. We were down to two. And then there was always Afriware in Oak Park, and now she's in Maywood. And so, you know, we didn't have that many bookstores in our community. And our Black bookstores are important because that's where we get our knowledge. That's where our common thread is. And, you know, Black history is not being taught in the schools like it's supposed to. And so we do have a resurgence of Black bookstores in our community now. And so we have Frontline in Hyde Park. We have the Underground in the Chatham South Shore area. And these two bookstores has been around for, 30, 20 something years. And so we have new Black bookstores, Dub Book Joint in Bronzeville, Soulful Chicago Bookstore in Pilsen, Semicolon Bookstore in Wicker Park, the Rose Cafe in Roseland. And then we have Asada Kirkland. We have two online presences. Well, actually, Rose Cafe is online right now, but she's working on her brick and mortar and bringing that into fruition. But then Sister Asada Kirkland has the Soulful Chicago Book Fair, and she is on the metaverse. So you can dress up as an avatar and go in her metaverse and have meetings and go through her book galleries and purchase books from Black authors. And so we encourage many of our Black authors that we have out here, put your books in our bookstores. You know, too often people even come on this show and they have authored a book, and when you ask where can we get this book, the first word that they say that many people today go to Amazon. Skates. We're in a skating shop here tonight, and a lot of people will go to Amazon to buy your skates, but we have a wonderful skate shop here. And so we have to support each other. And that's what Repair, Restore, and Grow Black Communities is about. We go to battle. We fight for businesses. We've had Frontline was facing eviction, and we stood by Frontline to keep Frontline open. And 111 Food and Liquors on the west side, where a lot of gentrification is going on. We stood with them, but unfortunately, that was a battle that was not won. But we also support the South Side Community Federal Credit Union, which is in the same mall that our establishment that we're interviewing tonight is in. And Greg Brown, the director, executive director, they've been there for over 20 years, extending loans, giving financial support, literacy, educational classes to people in the community. And so, in order for Southside Community Federal Credit Union to thrive, we have to open up accounts. And when you open up an account in a bank, then you give that bank an opportunity to raise money. Um, Once a month, we put a bookstore of the month on our website, and our bookstore of the month is The Book Joint, located in Bronzeville at 330 on 51st Street in that Boxville. It's a very cute little place. And so, actually, she chose a book of the month, which we will purchase and send to one of our subscribers free of charge. And that book is Table Set Cooking with Tamika Scott, A Taste of the South. And people wondering who is Tamika Scott? Well, she's a singer and songwriter, and she performed with the group Escape back in the 90s. They had one of their famous songs was Understanding, and she has a recipe book out. And one of our subscribers is going to win that book at the end of the month. So I will announce to you an event that we are going to have coming up in September in support of our bookstores. So right now, let's get going with our interview with Ben and Ronald at Underground Wheels. And so, again, thank you for coming. Now, how many locations do you have? Because I know about the one that you have there at 55th and Wentworth.
Oh, um, it's actually it's only this location at Ford City,
Uh-huh.
but we used to be in Ford City, but in like I believe either 16, yeah, it was 2016 of August. We moved out of there in April of 2017.
Okay, in April of 2017. Okay, we're getting a little bit of feedback on your phone there
Oh, all right,
with the audio.
is that good?
Okay, that sounded a little better. Sound a little better. Let's see how we go. So you had a location at Forest City, but now where is your location exactly?
Right now, our location is 5401 South Wentworth Outdoor Mall. It is between BMO Harris ATM and here, but they also moved out, so I don't know what store is going to go in there right now. But right now, we're between BMO Harris ATM and Cricket.
Okay, okay. And can you tell us what your hours are when you're open?
Okay.
I got
Uh,
the hours from Sunday 11 to 6 in the evening, Monday through Thursday 12 o'clock to 7:30, Friday 11 to 6, and Saturday we are closed.
Okay.
Keep in mind that the hours are going to be changing for the wintertime. So we always update everything on Google. Just depending upon if times if we are closed because of the holidays and so forth. Okay, but
Oh,
everything on Google is updated accordingly and is current.
okay, great, great. Now, how long has Underground Wheels been in existence?
Underground Wheels has been in existence since 1991. We did start originally at Ford City Mall.
Okay.
We originally was in the basement when we first started, and by our owners, Mac and Marge Cephas. Um, they have been um, very wise couple uh, and been in the business ever since. We've just taken over and still in their name. They're still here with us. They're currently 92 and 91 years old, but they
Oh
are
my
still with us.
goodness.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So can you give us some history on them? And how they got started in this business, or what even made them think about opening up a skating rink store?
Uncle, he he was a skater. They did originally meet at a skating event.
Was
And
it here in Chicago?
it's in Chicago. Yeah.
Okay.
Um, but they've been together ever since. And you're talking about 70 years of marriage, a happy
Wow.
marriage, 70
Mm-hmm.
years. And they've decided to uh, you know, join the skating industry. And it was something that he thought about back then, and it just took off from there. Um, I didn't get a real chance to even speak with him, saying why the skating business? Why did you go to
Mm-hmm.
a tire shop or uh, um, you
Rest.
know restaurant?
Right.
But part of you know what, and I think it wasn't the restaurant because we already had a restaurant here in the city of Chicago um, that was already up and running through one of his cousins. So that's why he probably was like, "Yeah, let me try something else." But it's a good idea and a good thing he did because he was trying to understand, say, "Hey, what can we utilize to get the black people together and also to keep black people out of trouble?" So
Even,
that was
even
good.
back then, we had the same issue today, trying to get black people together,
Correct.
trying to help us get connected. So that's a wonderful thing that they did, um, to open up a skate shop. So how did you get involved?
Well, I've been involved since they were in Fort City. I was one of the original workers until I continued with school and started, having a family, and I took off from there. But yes, he's. I was one of the original um, workers
Okay,
with the company.
okay,
That was one of my first jobs when I was young.
okay. And see, here again, as we talk about the importance of supporting Black businesses, serving as role models, this is exactly what your uncle and your aunt did for you. They inspired you, and I'm sure they gave you a lot of good fundamentals about how to run a business because the skate shop is beautiful.
Also, I can't leave out um, another one of the founders, which was uh, Deborah. She was another one of the founders. May she rest in peace. Um, she had took over once my once Mac and Marge became, elderly, not able to constantly come in and, run the business. She took over the business since 2017 and
Okay.
going very well ever since.
Okay.
But she's
Okay.
always been there way before when they were in Forest City Mall basement. So she was always there, back and
Hmm.
forth, but from that time to now.
Okay. So now, are you the only black-owned skating rink in the Chicago area?
Yes, we are the only black-owned skate shop in the area in Chicago,
Okay. Okay.
and to my knowledge, in Illinois.
In Illinois. What
Yes,
about outside of Illinois? Do you know about other cities, other states?
actually, I don't. I have no
Okay.
knowledge of no skate shops
Okay.
that are black-owned that we know about. I haven't
Okay.
still haven't heard of
Okay.
anything or ran to anyone
Hmm.
that was black-owned as far as skate is concerned.
It was a big part of my growing up as a kid, and going to the skating rinks. And so I notice when I go other places, I don't hear people talk about it too much. So I just wondered if this was something that was really, a strong, or I won't say unique. Sure, there are rinks in other places. Um, I think we have something special or something unique here in the Chicago area. And so I look at skating rinks. Now, I grew up on the west side, and we had the rink on Madison Street, and then we used to go to Maywood. And as I got older and I got a car and I could travel, whatever, then I ended up out in Markham. So, am I missing some other rinks outside of the rink over there on 87th Street? Are there some other skating rinks out here, that are predominantly frequented, by our community, the people in our community?
Wow.
Well, for I know there was Linwood and Fleetwood. I've been to Fleetwood when I was that was for a trip. I have some fun time. Actually, a list of rinks. Give me one moment. Hold on.
Okay. So, yeah, I know there was Madison, there was Maywood, the rink on 87th Street. The one in Maywood was on First Avenue. Um, Gosh, I just remember it was on First Avenue and North. Yes, First Avenue and North Avenue, the one in Maywood. Then it was Madison, the rinks on 87th, and then there's Markham, uh,
Rainbow. Can't forget about Rainbow. That was the
Yeah,
first up
Rainbow.
yeah,
There
Rainbow.
you go. Yeah, that was up north.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I remember. Yep, okay, I remember that one. And then there's Glenwood.
And there's a Lombard's roller rink, and then there's Tinley Park there too. Yeah, because we
Okay.
actually have like a list of roller rinks. That's people
Mm-hmm.
are asking about what skating rinks that we can skate around at. We have them take a
Ah,
picture
whole
of it, but
list.
these are the rinks that are over in the suburbs as of right now, except for
Okay.
like some others. I think they're going through some things or trying to be in the rebuilding phase, but are in the Chicagoland area at this time.
Okay, so which of those skating rinks are black owned?
Black owned. Actually, I'm not really sure. I would say the rink. I would say is black owned because it has. I forget his name. What was the last rink of for 87?
Yeah, he had passed. His name on the top of my tongue. I might end up remembering by the time we get off the pod. But yeah, he's one of the ones, the original skate owners in Chicago, as far as the rinks are concerned.
Okay, so the rink
Yeah,
on 87th Street. And
right.
are they still open?
To my knowledge, they are. Uh,
Okay,
I've went there a couple of times. I guess the times that I go there, that they're closed. I did get word that they were closed at once upon a time. They opened back up. They closed again. But hopefully, things work out right so that way people have somewhere to go in the city of Chicago.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Instead of going out or out in the suburb. That will be the only skating rink other than the MLK rink that's currently still operative on 76 and racing.
Okay,
Those are the
okay,
only two. Um, you know, well, that's MLK is owned by Chicago Park District. Uh,
okay,
Good thing that they did, name it after a black person, Martin Luther King. And but the rink uh, always been, black owned ever since I've known it being open. But those
okay.
are only two rinks in Chicago.
Okay. Now you mentioned earlier, that your uncle and your aunt, they open up this skate shop, obviously to support, the sport of skating in the community, and it was a place for people to connect and something to do, something that was actually addressing, violence in the community, which we have today. And so, what are some of the other reasons why people would go skating?
It's a good exercise, number one.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's a stress reliever. It's a good meeting place without violence, for those people that's not looking for violence.
Okay.
But yes, it's just a good area to have everyone together, be on one accord, do
Mm-hmm.
do things that they love doing. It was once upon a time, it was a skating rink and a dance floor on the other side.
Okay.
They have, snacks, vendors, food, people that just looking for something to eat. So, it's a good area and place to just come together and have fun.
It's a
Listen to
nice
music.
it's a
Have,
it's a nice family outing,
correct.
because it's for all ages.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
ma'am.
All ages.
Hmm.
So, and it's a nice place to have different events. I would imagine people may have their birthday party at the skating rink, uh,
Anniversary.
anniversaries,
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
uh, with the sorority and fraternities might have a night at the skating rink.
Yes.
I'm sure it's been a, a number of reasons, that people have come, and it's definitely, I enjoyed it as a kid. I got started out with the skates that you put on your shoes and go skate out on the up and down the street, and
Yes.
then I got some boot skates for outside. The wheels were some kind of metal wheels
Yeah.
that I could skate outside, and then I finally got some rink skates, and so I enjoy it. It's a freedom of expression, and you can skate with other people. It's just fun. It's fun, and it's something I think we should definitely keep in our community. And so as I think about that, um, I look at the different styles of skating. Now, when I went to Maywood, there was an Oregon player, uh, very structured. He played music, and it was fun to skate to. And you had the forwards, you had the backwards, you had the couples, you had the triples. He had another little some kind of trot dance that or movement that you could use with the skates. But then when I went to the Madison Street skating rink, it was a little different experience, you know. Um, and they had a certain style of skating that, you know, I just, you know, was amazed by, you know, and was trying to get to learn to do it myself. And do you know what the name that what there's a name for
Well, yeah,
that that comes from?
it's like 36 different types of routines, and
Mm,
that routine is another 20 or 30 routines.
okay,
You know, a lot of people in Chicago, they're used to JB skating,
okay,
which Chicago was the original um, city of the skating industry.
okay.
And they moved it on with the gangster walk, the monkey walk, you know, any other ones you could think of.
Like
it's
shoes.
it's so many of them.
So many.
And then they
Oh,
took that routine, made their own routines with it. And
okay.
now it's to stepping. They step
Uh-huh.
with the skates. They, you know, a, a
We
ton of routines
just
just
taking it
made
to
up
all.
by people that, you know, that just
It's basically,
dancing and all
Just
types of,
dancing.
basically.
yeah,
Okay,
it's
it's
important.
almost like that whole as I was interviewing Bernard at the hat shop, and he calls it the steppers hat shop, and we talked about stepping and where stepping came from, you know, the ballroom dancing, you know, but we brought a more spontaneous and improvisational type of move into that whole ballroom dancing and creative stepping. So now we're taking all these different dances and doing all kind of moves with the skates.
Correct.
Yeah, and it's something that is unique
Yes,
to the black skating rinks, which is why I
absolutely.
think black skating rinks should also be on the tourism list. You know, because
I,
if I were coming from another country, uh, I would want to definitely
I
have that
agree.
experience.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
And it's a part of our culture, you know,
Absolutely.
our cultural expression. And
Yes, ma'am.
so hopefully we're doing a good job of passing it on, are we?
I believe too that it should be like the, you know how the
Mm-hmm.
Olympics have the ice skating. I really do.
Competition.
I really do think that they should reconsider
That's right.
and putting, you know, right along with the ice skating, right along
Mm-hmm.
with the bobsledding,
Right.
you know, uh,
Right.
roller skates.
Right.
Right.
You know, what I mean, it's every single um, activity that you can think of is
Mm-hmm.
with the, you know, the Olympics, other
Mm-hmm.
than roller skating.
Well, we can start our own. You know, if they don't want to do it, we can have our own competitions and let
Correct.
other people come and watch us. You know,
Yes.
that's what should happen. You know,
Yes.
we know we know what we have, and so we should get our people together and our people that are in this industry together, and we should start our own competition. I think it would be great.
I agree. Yeah.
I think it'd be absolutely great. Now, as I came into your store, I was just amazed at the types, all the different types of skates that I saw. I saw different colors. I saw a skate that was a actual shoe. You know, I don't know what you call it. It looked like a Stetson shoe or something
Stacey
like that.
Adams. Stacey
Pardon
Adams shoe.
me. What do you call that?
Stacey Adams.
The Stacy Adams.
Yep.
Okay, there you go. See Adams shoe. I said, oh my God, look at all these skates. Because when I bought skates, you had the black skates and you had the white skates. You know,
Mhm.
black skates for the guys, white skates for the females.
Yep.
And I saw all kinds of skates. And tell us about the kind of skates that you have in your shop.
Right.
The skates
As
that we
far as the
have in the
different
shop right
style,
now,
the different colors and all of that, what you got?
different colors. We got like the Chicago skate. That's usually black. We are actually trying to get like boardwalk color skates. That was like the pretty girl skates. It's suede. Did like a switcheroo on us. Like each usually comes in like black, red, purple, and some other colors I can't name. It's no longer here now. So right now we have like a lavender and a color, but we still have to get back with them on the colors of what else they have, so we can maybe get like a the customers can look at it and it's like, oh, I would like that color, and then we can order it for them.
Okay. Do people come in? Are they able to design their own kind of skates? What kind of skates they want?
Well, for designing skate like spray painting, we don't do actually in Forest City. We used to be like, well, not really just know we just know somebody who does spray painting. But for right now, we body to like for designing of skates, but we couldn't. But none of that just we just tell we just refer to 47th and Ashland of the skates.
But as far as putting anything on a skate, we can do it.
Like a plate, wheels, bearings, we can
Any
do
type of
that.
shoe, any type of boot. Um,
Just no high heels.
No high
No high.
heels?
no high heels.
No.
What about lights? I've seen people with lights on their
Yeah,
skates. You do that?
right. Do lights also.
Okay. Okay. So when people come into a skate store, now there are different categories of skates, like inline skates. What are the different categories?
Inline and quad. There are only two type of skates. Inlines are the rollerblades, and then the quad.
With the three wheels with the
That's what the four. That's the four wheel in a straight line, like a. It's like a ice skate, but will have wheels on it.
so that's what you call an inline skate.
Correct. Inline
And
skate.
people skate on those in the skating rink?
Correct.
Inline.
Ah, got you. Okay.
They do
Those are
mostly. They do mostly outdoors with those skates.
right.
But I haven't seen a lot of individuals with those skates indoors. Oh, that's strictly mostly a outdoor skate for
Okay.
the
Because
inline.
usually when you purchase those skates, you got they recommend the wrist pads and
Yeah,
helmet.
elbow, wrist, uh,
Okay.
helmets, anything so that way you know God forbid if you fall,
Mm-hmm.
less impact, less hurt on yourself.
Right.
Well, I can attest to that because I was on some rollerblades over by Laura Beta with my
Yes.
daughter,
Yes.
and I was coming down the decline and I couldn't stop.
Oh yeah.
And I had two choices to fall or go flying out into Lakeshore Drive. And I
And
took
and leg issue, huh?
that's right. And I took the fall on my hands. I had no pads on and my wrists were damaged. I mean, my wrists hurt me for a long time. So I think people should definitely take that into consideration. I know people don't like to wear helmets and things like that, but I wish I had something to protect my wrist because that's what you're going to use to break the fall. You're going to use your
Correct.
hands, and all the
Correct.
weight goes on your wrists. So
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
that's what happened there. Um, so now there's the a different kind of skate for hockey. Do you carry any of those?
The hockey skates would be the blades,
Okay.
blade skate.
They'll basically
We
do with rollerblades.
yeah,
Definitely
rollerblades
do.
also they do the outdoor hockey, but if you're on the ice, they do the skates for ice skates on
Okay.
on ice.
Okay.
We don't specialize in that too much.
Okay.
We don't get, but we can get anything you want. That is
Okay.
possible. All we
Okay,
gotta
so
do
if
is
it's
ask.
not there in the store, you can
Right.
advise and
Right.
order. Okay. Okay. So let's say I'm sure you have a broad range of people. What is the age range of people that come into your store to
Age range would be
uh-huh.
from either to about what, 3, 4?
like
Starting at age
like
3 or 4 on up?
I was
Yes, man.
yeah, like I would say right now, like our like lowest size that we sell is a J10. Basically, if you wear a J10, basically around that age, we got you. Like it comes from ages be like sometimes 11, 12. Cold skater that's I think around that age. I forget his name, but like I came in, it's just like upgraded his wheels and upgraded his with another plate. And usually around that time, we actually tell people if you want them to get the cheapest skate so they can grow into the sport. But this guy, this 12-year-old, he's been skating since he was, and like he's been skating his butt off, and and his skate is like top class, like bone wheels and China wheel bearings and
Okay, so
everything.
those are some questions. That was some questions that I was going to ask you about the different quality of skates. Like if somebody's coming in, let's say somebody, let's start with a kid. If somebody has a 5-year-old and they want to get
Okay.
them some skates, what kind of skate would you recommend for them?
Okay, for like a kid, well, first if they're like first time, I would recommend a Chicago skate. And if they like get into the sport, I would recommend them like they're trying to do something, fail, but keep on doing it again. Come back, we'll change the wheels and bearings, but with foot is still growing. So if they
Okay.
change the wheels and bearings, just keep them in shape. Buy some more skates to switch those wheels over onto the new skates. That way, wheels or bearings.
Okay. Okay. So if somebody were a beginner, let's say
Yeah.
somebody like me came in as a beginner, what kind of skate would you recommend? Now you mentioned Chicago. You said Chicago skate. Is that what you said?
Okay, that's the most basic skate that we recommend right now. Like get your feet. It's a to get your
Excuse
feet
and
wet type of skate.
hold on 1 second. I can hear someone talking in the background. Um,
It's probably an echo. There's no one
Yeah, it's an
talking.
echo.
okay, nobody talking. Okay, that's an
Go
echo
ahead.
I'm getting
Try
back.
it again.
Okay, let's try that
My
again, Jill. Okay,
apologies. It's probably okay.
no problem.
But
No problem.
anyways, we usually because it's more of a get your feet wet type of skate. We recommend that. And but like unsatisfied with the wheels, we always say okay, we can always, but we would like to give you the wheels that grips because we know you're going to fall. It's gravity is undefeated. The floor is undefeated. Sure that we're not going to send you over to the wolves or whatever. So the wheel that grips the best, and that will be the Reva. Right now, we're indoor skater.
Okay,
At this time.
so if someone someone is more professional or they've been skating a long time, can you hear me?
I'm sorry.
Okay, yes. If someone is more professional and or they've been skating a long time, then what's the difference in the skates that they're asking for?
If it's a professional skate, then we would have to. If it's a professional skate, depends on what type of skating style that they do.
Mm-hmm.
Like we we would like if they are basically like doing any like if they're going to do tricks, then a we would give them a wheel or a skate. If they're doing like trick skating or JBing, then we give them a skate or a wheel that grips the like you can still do tricks with you can still do tricks with wheels. It's going to be harder because it grips.
So you need they if they're really wanting to be more expressive in their skating, then they need a wheel that has less grip to it.
Correct.
Hmm. And is there anything
Correct.
special about the boot?
Uh, actually, like especially about the boot, like some to tell you the truth, not really. It actually depends on the person because boots that are like fully vinyl and fully leather and other materials, and with that boot, they really love that boot. They just the only thing they would change is probably the wheels and probably the bearings. That's the only thing they would change.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because I noticed some people skating with virtually no shoestrings on the skate. You know, the
Yes,
skates fold down. So what's that all about?
basically, it's basically their style. You know, like some skaters go with will skate with no laces. Some of them they have laces, but the way stringed up. Some of them is stringed up. It's all depends on the style. The guy like Myth, like he has his I believe not he has it on, but not really tied up. Really, he has a trick that he does.
Okay.
But yeah, it depends on their style of lacing up.
Okay. Because I do notice, especially with a lot of the guys when they're skating, you know, there are no shoelaces, or the skate is folded all the way down or open, and I guess that maybe gives them more flexibility to do what they're doing, or is it just a style?
Yeah, it's actually kind of both. Like some people like have it not laced up all the way so they can do something that's comfortable to them, and sometimes it's a bit of both.
Okay. Okay. So would you say that skating, how would you say the market is going for purchasing skating and people still involved in skating even during COVID? Well, we know we didn't have the skating rinks open during COVID. Um,
Oh man, it was kind of like COVID. It was kind of like a downer, and I know some I know like doing going into the pandemic, there was some skate rinks that was still open, and they were still skating in there. Not much, but they were still skating in there. And some people are still skating because it's their hobby. It's like it's their way to relieve as is to relieve stress.
sure.
And there's some things they just can't let go. It feels
Hmm.
right for them. It's freedom,
Hmm.
basically. It's just freedom, and they don't want that to go away.
Hmm. So do
So
you see it
they'll
picking back up?
do. Uh, I'm sorry.
Do you see it picking back up now? The purchasing
Yeah,
skates and going skating?
yeah, I see it. I see certain events and like certain events just picking like and other like on Sundays is usually a good day for skating, so they be skating a lot, like every day. So certain days, but yeah, I see it picking back up.
Okay. Okay. So be having a skating shop. Can you show us a few samples of some of the skates that you have in there? You mentioned the Chicago skate versus another type of skate.
Can
We know what that
we
looks
show a
like.
sample? Just show a sample of a skate that we have or something. Okay. All right. Basically, this is this sample display I got. This is the Rydell 120.
Mm-hmm.
Leather. This is leather memory foam on the memory foam
Mm-hmm.
with a nylon plate. Uh, the wheel that comes with it will be this wheel with ABEC with black shield bearings and gel cushions.
Okay, so that's the wheel type of wheel that has more grip.
Yeah, this is the
Sure.
yeah these are like some of the these are some of the wheels that other JB skaters can also like I said it depends on the person whether they
Okay.
but we do have other but yeah.
Okay. Okay. So that's what a typical normal skate would look like. That's the Chicago skate.
I'm sorry.
I said that one was what you would call the Chicago skate.
No, this one is a this one's a top of the line Rydell 120.
Oh, that's the top of the line. Okay.
Yeah, that's the top of the line one. Rydell. Okay.
Okay. So we are actually on location at the skate shop here, Underground Wheels, and he's just going to show us. He's showing us a couple of samples of what you might see when you come into the store. And so that's was the top of the line skate that he had. And so if someone, okay, we're getting a different view here. But if someone were to come in and purchase skates, what price range would you be looking at spending as far as spending money on skates?
You're
Just a
looking
range.
you're looking at average uh 150
Mm-hmm.
you can go all the way up to 1250, 1300. All depends on
Wow.
the type of boot you use, what type of wheels and bearings and plates that you have under the boot. So
Okay.
it really does get expensive as far as a committed skater.
Okay.
But one thing you have to understand and think about, it's not like a car note that you're paying for the 4, 5, 6 years. So
Okay. Okay.
it's a one time deal, and then you also get free perks with us by
Okay.
purchasing skates. You get free tune-ups, a certain amount of
Ah.
free tune-ups, and things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
And it's
And
in the repairs.
repairs, we do all types of repairs.
Mhm.
And like we said, we create anything into a boot, into a skate, gym shoes, skates, Jordans,
Mhm.
Doc Martens,
Okay.
all types of top of the line quality shoes and boots. We
Mhm.
can make it to skates.
Okay. This is what's so wonderful about going into a business. I know online has its advantages, but you can get what you need tailored to your specific needs. And
Correct.
and
The
and
thing, the
that's what
thing
I like.
about going online, they do
Mhm.
sell defective parts.
Mm-hmm.
that you will not get here. Everything is completely 100% checked before you leave
Okay.
the store.
Okay.
Um, we get a lot of people. Oh, I bought these skates online. They don't
Mm-hmm.
move. They have this part defective. So you have to think about that when you do go online.
Okay.
And some people go online and say, "Oh, I thought I was this size. I thought I was that size." And you get the opportunity to come in to make sure the skate fits comfortably. So
Okay.
that is the main thing that you want for it to fit comfortably, and also to make sure you're rolling, without any type of obstructions. Because on the skates online, you do get obstructive movement. They do not make sure their skates are completely workable. They just want to get the money and go. We're not in that
Absolutely.
position. We want to help you in any way, to give you good advice when skating, and
Okay.
also to make sure you're satisfied with us doing
What's
business.
a rule of thumb for size and for uh, okay, my first pair of skates my dad bought me, and I was about 10 years old, and I think I was already in an 8 shoe, and he figured my feet was going to get bigger, and so he bought me a 10. And I never grew into that 10. I always had to wear like 2, 3 pair of socks, just to
Yeah.
keep my feet from wiggling around in the skate. So what's a rule of thumb, for buying
Well,
for the
the thing
size?
is that with skates, every single skate fits different,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of people don't understand and know that. But every single skate fits different.
Okay.
All feet are not the same. Some people have flat feet, fat feet, small
Mm-hmm.
feet, skinny feet.
Mm.
So every single skate fits different. Not
Okay.
one skate fits the same. For if you buy one company, it's different than next company, different next company.
Okay.
It's like the style that you want. Everything is different. Comparing that to a vehicle.
Okay.
Some people want Cadillac, some people want Infinity, some people want uh,
Mm-hmm.
you know uh, uh, Rolls Royce compared to a Chevy.
Okay.
Everything is different.
Okay.
And that's one good thing that getting skates from us is that you have that choice of how much you want to spend, and also the comfortability of the skate, and also how fast you want to move, how slow you want to move. So
Okay.
that's something that you have to, consider when getting skates, and
Mm-hmm.
also that's something that you don't have to worry about when you come into getting skates with us. Is that you're going to get something comfortable, you want to get something that's satisfiable, and also we're here to continue with making sure that the skates are comfortable and satisfiable as you roll, because they're going to last for a very, very long time.
Because you're getting a good quality skate
Absolutely.
and
Absolutely.
quality service.
Yes, ma'am.
There you go. So, what are some of your challenges that with owning a skate shop?
Well, it's not too many challenges.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's thing is that we just want to make everybody comfortable,
Mm-hmm.
happy, and that's what we do business at, and want
Mm-hmm.
everyone to feel comfortable as far as coming back to us, and knowing that we're there for the customers, and for being happy, so that way they can be happy when they're on the skate floor and don't have to worry about things falling off. Because you'll be surprised when you get the skates from online, they
Mm.
start coming apart, uh, and you looking like, oh man, bought my skates online, and the
Mm-hmm.
stuff will start falling apart because they don't do the
Sure.
routine maintenance on
Mm-hmm.
skate. They just want the money to, you know, get you to pay the money and don't do anything necessary, operative. So that way, you're happy and you're doing good, as far as the service that you receive.
And that can
So,
be, encouraging or discouraging, depending on which
correct.
way it's going, about even going skating, you know.
Absolutely.
So, okay, well, listen, this has been really interesting learning about the skates and learning about underground wheels. And so I'm going to let you have some final remarks here, and then again let everyone know where you are and when you're there, so they know how to get in touch with you.
Well, thanks again for having us. Uh, we are here once again Sundays 11 to 6, Monday through Thursday 12 to 7:30, Friday 11 to 6, Saturdays we close on Saturdays.
Mm-hmm.
And also, once again, Google is always updated accordingly. You can always give us a call at any time, 773-767-0270. Once again, the
Mm-hmm.
number is 773-767-0270. We have been a skate shop open since 1991, which is a
Wow.
very long time.
Mm-hmm.
Black owned, and we're here to serve our customers at any time. Okay, thanks for having us.
All right, and
You guys enjoy.
thank you for coming on,
Thank you very
Ben,
much.
you know, and Ronald, thank you very much for coming on. And thank you
Anytime.
for being there. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for being there. And so, as
Anytime.
we said, we're at Underground Wheels here on location, and we want you to support this business. This is a Black-owned
Once,
business, and it's a
once
wonderful
again, our
Black-owned
address.
business. Give your
Once again, our
address.
address is 5401 South Wentworth Avenue. We're right off in the mall, 55th Street, right off the Dan Ryan in Chicago. We service all types of uh, customers. Um, Also, all different types of areas in the city, Chicagoland area,
Mm-hmm.
different states in the Midwest. Also, we do service for people in the South, East Coast, West Coast, and also don't forget we do deliver. We do
All right.
absolute. We can do mobile service, delivery as far as getting shipping done. We've done overseas shipping and also shipping in the United States.
So
Okay,
this is your one-stop
one
shop
stop
place
shop.
for getting your
One
skates.
stop shop, like on
You ain't got to
43rd.
call Amazon to do
On
nothing. They're
top.
gonna take care of all of you're gonna take care of all of that.
Absolutely.
All of your skating needs right
Yes,
here at
ma'am.
Underground Wheels. And sounds like Chicago is a hub here. People
Yes,
coming
yes,
from all over the country. I mean, yeah, all over the country, getting services here. So you're providing a service and a
absolutely,
needed service because we need, our young people, all of our people, because we have people all ages that are out here skating. And
absolutely.
so we have to keep this going. We have to keep this going. And so, again, I want to thank you for coming on. And I want to mention our book of the month. Our bookstore of the month is The Book Joint at 330 East 51st Street in Bronzeville and what they call Boxville. You have all these little businesses in these containers, and it's really, really, really cool. And we're giving our book away this month, and it is Table Set Cooking with Tamika Scott, A Taste of the South. And as I mentioned, I was going to tell you here at the end, we have an event coming up in September, which you will hear more about, but it's going to be on September 17th on East 87th Street. And this is another attempt on our part to reinforce reading in the community, reading for not just children, but for adults. And we're continuing, and we're asking you to go to change.org and go to Save Chicago Bookstores and sign that petition because we want City of Chicago's public schools and our public libraries, our Secretary of State, to allocate 10% of books that are purchased give 10% of those contracts to our Black bookstores. And that's going to help them stay afloat. And that's going to contribute to this law that's on the table that we're supposed to be teaching Black history in our schools. So we're asking your support with that. And you can also go to our website and you can see what we're doing. And you can also make a donation to help our cause. So again, I want to thank you and everybody for coming, and have a good night.